Welcome in to Capper's Cave. I'm your host, Lorenzo de Costa. This is free picks and shit on Capper's Cave, brought to you by Intellect Sports. We have NFL Championship Week, best bets. Only one more week left of our show, as we'll finish with our Super Bowl picks. Not next week, but the week after. Still debating on having a sports show for the current sports, NHL, golf, etc., etc. But it's hard to give picks on those, right? These guys, you can only get lines on those like same day for a lot of them, so we'd have to put out a show, put it out quick. But that's why we have the app. But we'll get into that in a second. In 2 seconds. In 3 seconds. Because I'm getting updated information on the app as we speak. Because we've had some technical difficulties, I believe, the last couple weeks. But it will be up and running next week, but it's going to be free now. So you get the free app for the whole season. I think they might put it up next year for a cost, maybe not. They might run it up because it's gained some momentum. But now they're going to give it out for free. So you get free picks every week on, 6 major sports. Pretty much every day there's running picks. Again, they'll get it next week, with college b-ball, pro b-ball, hockey, golf, and soon NASCAR. There'll be picks on all those. So they've done some updating. Things will be fixed next week from what I hear. So if you do have it, we apologize for the picks over the last couple weeks because it's been here or there. But there'll be more starting next week. And if you already have it, they should start putting them on this week. But we shall see. So free picks, yeah, completely free all year. All year. So we don't do a show. If we don't do a show, we'll see you the first week of NFL preseason. Again, that's usually when we start. And again, follow us on Twitter, Facebook for updates on the show. If you do like it and listen in. We do have the one, the only, Locksmith Larry, or Larry the Locksmith, whichever you prefer. How goes it, sir? Good, man. Just sad now you say it like that with the show in it and shit. Again, yes, maybe a show. And you probably are invited, I believe. They're talking it up as we've had growth this year with the football show, so we shall see. I'm sorry you're sad, though, but I'm happy as happy gets, and I think you know why. I'm sure you is, man. Them bells circling them damn wagons, man. We are. And I can be biased now, or what the fuck ever. Because there's only 4 teams left, and we have to talk about them, don't we? We do. So we both, Locksmith and I, we both still have our Super Bowl picks on the board, with you picking Green Bay and Kansas City, and I have Buffalo and Tampa. And this is what we did at the beginning of the playoffs, right? So one of us may win, or we both lose. Now let's go back to our picks at the beginning of the season. This is what we and you picked at the beginning of the season. We say it on our first show. You know what? I don't know if we can. Either way, we wrote it down. We like to do this every year. Funny, though, here, as you had Tennessee, Tampa. But you're not going with Tampa anymore. You decided Green Bay. And I have Green Bay and Pittsburgh. And we're kind of going with each other's pick from the beginning. Just, a little freakish now, that Tom Brady's in this mix. And we really didn't think throughout the year that they had it. And they're starting to bring it together more and more. I mean, now he's this close. I just think it's inevitable at this point. He's in. The football gods are always on his side. They always have been. The anti-aging gods are too. I mean, we might be just taking this side just because. Now they're looking good and playing some good football. And now go to cold Green Bay. But this doesn't faze Brady. He's played his best in wintry weather in Boston. All right, let's go to a couple things. Just some news we like to talk about always with our NFL, and then we'll get to our NFL picks. But again, we only have 2, so we can just chat if you want. If you want it today, if you want to get anything off your chest. No, man, I'm good, man. Why not? I'm not even giving you a pick this week as you went against my Bills last week. So I hope you brought something. Maybe a prop bet? Yeah, man, maybe. What? You didn't think I was going to ask, did you? You're looking up shit right now, aren't you? Judging by your silence, I'm going to go ahead and say that that's a yes. And judging by your reaction there and hitting that, I'm going to go ahead and say that you are just looking shit up. So it better be good by the time I'm done here. Things heating up in Houston, right? Where does Watson go? I wanted to just touch on this a bit because it's such a big deal. I mean, he's a great quarterback, probably top 6 every year. So many could use him, right? Should make it very interesting come draft time or draft movements and trades. I mean, think about Indy, Pitt, and Jets, Jags, just to name a few that could use him. I mean, would you trade him for your first pick in Jacksonville for Trevor? I mean, that's very interesting. Would you? Nah, man, you've got a college coach in Urban there now, man, which I do love. Good coach. He's always been good. I like him, even though he played down in Florida. Didn't like them Gators then. But this would be a better fit for him to train Trevor, man, instead of Watson train him. Yeah, that is a good point. But to have an established QB like Watson, how do you not? I mean, I hope he doesn't go to the Jets. He's good. I don't want to have to play him 2 times a year. But how many teams right now would trade their current quarterback for him? I think the whole AFC East, except for Buffalo. You know? Oh, man, if old Belichick got him, man, goddamn. Oh, jeez. Goddamn is right. I would definitely not like that, especially over the Jets. But let's move on to the AFC North. Just Pittsburgh, probably would take Watson. I mean, Ben's only got 1 year left. But I would probably take him over Baker and Burrow. Or Baker and Burrow, yeah. Maybe Lamar, too, after his play last game. But then you look at the AFC South. Indy, most likely, of course. They'll want him. Rivers retired. I would swap for Tannehill. AFC West, Vegas, yes. Denver, yes. So 50% there. Obviously not Mahomes or Herbert, as he may have he's got a bright future ahead of him. NFC East, everyone. Even Dak, injury prone. I don't need to explain the others. All dumpster fires. NFC North. Everybody except Green Bay, Chicago, Minnesota, Detroit. I'd trade them all for him. NFC South, which may... Well, I mean, the South you have... Okay, they might be all gone next year. New Orleans, Breeze is out. Tampa, I mean, Brady, who knows? He might stay another year if they win. Carolina, they're going to need to upgrade Bridgewater. Atlanta, Matt Ryan could be on the end of his career. So I would take him over any of those right now. Besides Brady. NFC West, Seattle, Arizona, maybe Arizona. But I would personally take Watson over Murray. San Francisco, yes. LA, yes. In fact, that's probably the best place for him to land is LA. Could you imagine that? With that D, plenty of weapons, good coach, they'd be trouble with him. Real trouble. Excuse me. Let's get to our... we talked about our hybrid quarterbacks last week, right? There was about 50%, so there's 50% left this week. Well, maybe. Because you got Mahomes, Allen, and then you got the old guys, Rodgers. But we said Rodgers is kind of an older hybrid, right? I think he is. So maybe we could say 75%, but maybe that goes down if Mahomes doesn't play. Because if Henny plays, it's a different story. Which now, you know what? That's interesting just to think about. Say Henning plays this game, wins it, goes to the Super Bowl, Brady wins on the other side. You have 2 possible Michigan quarterbacks in the battle for the Super Bowl. That'd be crazy. Probably not going to happen. Crazier things have happened, but, you know. Now, will Mahomes play? This is obviously the question of the week. We think so. Will he be 100% is the real question. Not because of the concussion, but we think because of that foot. As they say, that the concussion really wasn't a concussion. He was tackled, grabbed. They kind of grabbed his jugular at the bad spot, which caused him to be dizzy. And it doesn't take much to knock you out. If you grab the right spot in the neck, you can be out pretty quick. But you still, when you get up like that, you have to go through, in a hit like that, you have to go through the NFL concussion protocols before play. He was limited in practice on Wednesday, but might be a full force today. We don't know. So we do expect him to play, and the line should remain the same from now unless we see something different. Unless they see a healthy Mahomes or before the game they announce Henning and things might change. But there has been some talk. Okay. and this is pretty stupid, whether the game should be postponed if he can't go, right? I mean, this is probably he said, she said shit out there. Just a lot of talk. Rumors. Bullshit people loving. Thinking you can do different things this year with COVID. I do like this song. I'm going to keep playing it. But you can't do this. Then anyone else that has an injury will complain and so on. But the main point is here. Well, I understand if it's COVID. It's a COVID year. It's hard to control. Yeah, you can postpone and get the best players out there. But this is football. Every year, you have key players out of the playoffs and out of the Super Bowl. Every year. I mean, look at when Nick Foles won the Super Bowl. MVP. 1990 Bills-Giants Super Bowl. Yeah, Scott Norwood. Who was the quarterback? Jeff Hostetler. Backup quarterback. Won the NFC Championship after Phil Simms went down and then won the Super Bowl. Brady. Backup. The year he won. Remember, Bledsoe got hurt week 2. And this unknown second-year, 6th-round pick Tom Brady entered the game. He had only thrown like 3 career passes before then. Jets did with the game that he came in on, but Brady went 11-3 the rest of the year. Patriots win the Super Bowl against the Rams, right? 2017. Kurt Warner, talk about the Rams. When Trent Green got hurt in the 1999 season, Rams got Warner and went on. You know, where was he from? Like the Amsterdam Admirals. He was a quarterback there. And he got MVP, won the Super Bowl, backup quarterback. Doug Williams, Colin Kaepernick. I mean, he lost the Super Bowl, but he got there. Roger Staubach started mid-season in 71 to take the reins and won the Super Bowl. So point is, it's a next man up league. When the fierce of a league as it is, it's gotten a little better with far as injuries. They're trying to stop it, but it's still a high-contact sport. And you'd be giving Henny a chance to prove himself. Again, talking about these quarterbacks, you're just not giving them. And he's just sitting there like, what the fuck? It's my turn to shine. If you're not going to play him, no, we can't suspend this game. Let me play. I want to play in the Super Bowl. I want to play. I want to play in the AFC Championship. Yes, as a Bills fan, I don't want Patty to play. I want an easy road. But on the other hand, I don't want to win like that. But this is football. Staying healthy is key, especially this year. So Bills advantage and maybe a quick pick on it. But these games, really, it seems as though even with the spreads, it seems it's just toss-up, right? They're toss-ups. Even with the odds right now, even for the Super Bowl, to win the Super Bowl, are pretty even. Green Bay, KC sitting at plus 210, Buffalo at plus 310, Tampa plus 425. But before we get to our picks, I want to say the money line parlay on both dogs. Tampa Bay and Buffalo. Not to save my picks. Not to save my picks of just picking them for the Super Bowl. I don't give a shit about that. But both these teams have a great chance to win. But maybe that's the degenerate in me speaking. But I like it. I do. I might play a small side bet here. As the fucking playoffs have been a wash for us. Especially with fucking Larry over here going against my Bills last week. Or we would have been profitable. Sorry, man. Don't apologize. I don't want my money back. Oh, actually, I do. You know, give me my money back for all the meals that we got you last week. You know, give me. No can do, man. Bet's a bet. Yep, it is. You're right. All right, well, without further ado, shall we get to our picks? I think we shall. Let's start with the first game. Tampa Bay Bucks at the Green Bay Packers, if you didn't know. Packers sitting at -3 over under at 51. This is the 3:05 Sunday game. Again, these games gonna be which team makes the plays on defense. As I say, defense wins championships. And the teams that are left, they all have top passing offenses, do they not? The Buccaneers are number 2 in passing in the NFL, sandwiched right between AFC finalists Chiefs and Bills. The Bucs, they get to return to the NFC title game for the first time since 2002 when they won the Super Bowl. They took apart the Saints 30-20. Wow, the offense was great, right? As it typically has been. It was the defense that won this game. They picked off Breeze 3 times, held him to just 134 yards passing. Michael Thomas, 0 catches, 0 yards. Great game plan. And they recovered a fumble from the Saints. Meanwhile, like we said, the offense did its job. Brady threw for 199, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. Fournette rushed 63 yards. Ronald Jones rushed for another 62. Fournette also caught 5 passes for 44 yards and a touchdown. Evans caught a touchdown pass. Cameron Brate, 4 passes, 50 yards. And this was against one of the best defenses in the NFL. The Bucs are 3rd in the NFL in offense, 4th in passing. What's that say? Well, very well balanced. Plenty of weapons. And playing team ball right now. Which they will need, all of that, in Green Bay. And they have the most experienced player under center. I mean, yeah, there's a battle. I mean, it's not a battle who's GOAT between these two. I mean, because, Rodgers is more like the Dan Marino. Well, he did get a Super Bowl, so he got a Super Bowl win. Marino never did. On the other hand, let's talk about the Pack. They put a clinic on one of the best Ds, too. Aaron Rodgers, fantastic. Rodgers. He threw for 296 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. Jones had 99 yards rushing, a touchdown. Jamal Williams rushed for another 65. I mean, they ran it up on both sides. Well balanced. And even special players are coming out. I mean, players, Lazard led the wide receivers last week. 4 catches, 96 yards, touchdown. Adams, 9 catches, 66 yards, and a touchdown. Toyin, 4 catches, 60 yards. Very similar to what they're doing in Tampa. They're 5th in passing yards, 11th in rushing. They're 13 points allowed, but they are 7th in passing yards allowed. They have a very balanced attack, and they're much improved on defense. Again, very well balanced, both teams. But they did rely on the run a lot, going for 188 yards last week. I think this could mean trouble going against the number 1 run defense that shut it down in last matchup. Yeah, they played this year. I'm telling you, D and the run will be the difference in this game. But again, who on D will make the difference against these well-balanced offenses? Let's jump to the previous matchup. Tampa Bay won by 28 points. That's not a game. That's a mismatch. Rodgers, no TDs, 2 interceptions, unheard of. Probably won't happen in this game, but he will be a little bit more cautious with them picking Breeze 3 times last game and picking him twice before. I mean, the Tampa Bay defense generated 5 sacks, 13 hits on Rodgers last game. Green Bay defense didn't even get close enough to Brady to know what fucking brand of gum he was chewing. And it turned into a blowout. There's some mismatches on those lines and in the trenches. And that's going to be the difference. Green Bay may have the revenge, home field, ATS playoff stats on their side, have the public and the sharps on their side, but we don't like it. We'll fade it. We'll take the Bucs with the field goal. Just more pressure here for Rodgers. After losing last year, and Brady, probably, I think he's a little surprised to be here. But much more relaxed. And we all know how he plays in this situation. Take the Bucs, +3. Moving on. Buffalo, Kansas City. Yes, the other game. Again, -3. Over-under sitting at 54. It's a 6:40 Sunday night game. This is obviously going to come down to a healthy Patty Mahomes or not. Is he? Is he not? Will he not? He'll play. He'll tell the coach he's good, even though he's not. Because players want to play. Haters want to hate. Players want to play. And we do feel the toe will hinder him. He's in that big playability. I think will be lost against his fast and lately efficient D in Buffalo, who, might I add, held them in check in the game earlier this season, which they only won by 9 points. They did gash the Bills with 224 rushing yards, But the D did what they planned. Just gave up some huge chunks on the ground, but they kept them in check. Chiefs D did all right against holding Allen to only 122 yards, but it's difficult to imagine the Chiefs limiting Diggs to just 46 receiving yards again. Due to their non-existent run game, the Bills, they live and die by the passing game. But they haven't died by it at all this season. They had a dud in Tennessee, the Hail fucking Murray, and then KC. That was their 3 losses. And we could just say they've been living by it and living well on it. With Patty limited to pocket passing, the D should tighten up here. For the first couple of downs, force Mahomes on third downs. Also, Buffalo's D's nowhere near it was when they played them back in October. They have become one of the best in the league over the last couple of weeks. Last probably 5 or 6. I mean, holding Lamar in Baltimore to 3 points, which they haven't even scored that low of a number in John Harbaugh's career there. In fact, even probably before that. Now all the haters saying Buffalo hasn't come to play in the playoffs. The offense only scored 10 points last game. Only had 9 rush attempts. They can't run. You have to run in the playoffs. Well, this is their MO, and it's the playoffs, so win no matter what. Now, but they have the explosiveness on offense. And now the D's stepping up. I mean, this is what Super Bowl championship teams do. Back to their MO. Spread offense, Allen option. That's it. It works. Worked all year. Even though teams know what's coming, you can't beat it because the backyard football comes into play. You can't beat it. And the Bills can beat you everywhere. They can beat you up top with Diggs and Davis, big guys. Jump over you. Beat you deep with Diggs and Brown. And in the slot with Beasley. Can also beat you with the scramble and the run with Allen. But this is where I think it'll open up their offensive run. Nobody's expecting them to run. And they're very capable. They need to open it up first. And Singletary can. He's got the moves. I think they're going to catch him. They'll catch him off guard. So, really, they haven't really needed to run, and they're still blowing peeps out. KC, on the other hand, hasn't. Excuse me. Well, I mean, why? Well, they're the defending champs, right? Everybody puts this game on the board and brings their best every time. Puts it on the board. We want to beat them. That may play a little part with some motivation. But also, I believe their play has just declined a little. Still good. Still, I mean, listen, they've lost 1 game this year. But I just think it's declined. They've had to really battle every game. Now you have possibly the best player on the field limited right now? No, not happening. You can give all the stats, all the ATS, the players, but this time, in this time of year, it's the hottest team. And it's safe to say that it's Buffalo right now. Again, even without the injuries and the healthy Mahomes, we still like this. Even with a healthy Mahomes, we still like this play. I don't know about Larry over there, but I do. Some notables here. Edwards, Allaire, may not be 100%, may not even suit up. Williams did well in his spot, putting up 78 against the Browns, but it's the Browns defense. But this may mislead them. But not so much mislead them, but they might need to go to this direction anyways with Patty Mahomes the way he is. And also they ran all over the Bills. And they're going to have to protect Patty. And they're going to come out with a run-heavy plan until late. They're going to try to hold on like they've done all year. They're going to try to hold on, see what the Bills are doing, and then they're going to try to make a play late. But I don't think this will hold. The Bills will come out aggressive, hot, as they've done all year. I mean, this is going to spoil Casey's plan to run and maintain the clock. No bias. Okay, yes, a little bit. But I feel this is going to be a Bills blowout. And everyone will say it's because of Mahomes' health. They couldn't get there without it. What the fuck ever. They're here. They deserve to be here. And they could probably even win the Super Bowl. So, that's it. We're taking Bills. But we're taking both teams plus 3. We like the points. Lock it up. Bills plus 3. Now, you had some time, Locksmith. I hope, you what do you got for us? What do you got for us? Some props? Yeah, man, well, I'll start with the game you just standing with the Bills. And I like this one right here. It's called the highest scoring quarter. Third quarter, man, it pays 420 plus 425. I'll tail it off what you were talking about, man. I do think KC comes out slow with the run, man, and they're going to have to make up for it in the third quarter. And Buffalo just going to pile up some points here, man. Both teams might start a little slow, but they're going to shake them nerves off and shit, man. But yeah, man, I like third quarter. Pays pretty good. Next up, man, I got Travis Kelce, man, and Stephon Diggs to score TDs. This one, well, man, that's easy. These boys pretty much score every freaking game, man. So I'm going to take it with that nice payout of plus 333. Now, let's move on to the next game, man, or the first game. Aaron Jones rushing yards, man. He's going to run for under 57.5. Week 6, man. They held this fool to 15 yards on 10 carries, man. Now this D, I believe, is even better, man, in Tampa. Also, he's splitting time with Williams and Dillon, man. Take it. Chalk it up. Doesn't pay that much. It's like minus 112, but, I'll take it. I also like Rodgers picking them apart, man. Or wait, I'm sorry. I like Rodgers getting an interception, man. At least one. Pays plus 185. All right, well, if that's it, then I believe we be done. Those are your prop bets, bets from Locksmith. Remember, no show next week. But we will have a final show the week after, which is the week of the Super Bowl, for our picks and best prop bets again. Remember to get the app. It's free next week. For more picks, 6 Major Sports. Follow us on Twitter and Facebook. Like us wherever you watch the show, or listen to the show, I should say. So we out. Good luck. And thanks.